Grand rising and priming powerful beings. Shout out to you. It's the Holistic Motivator, and today I'm going to be talking about boosting your immune system before winter. Boosting your immune system before winter. Boosting your immune system before winter has to do with understanding that we don't wait till winter to prepare for winter. We prepare for winter before winter. And back then, we would prepare for winter by gathering up foods and storing up them because we might not have them. But now we just go to the grocery store to get food. So preparing for winter is more about getting yourself in a way where you are not prone to getting sick, getting yourself in a way where you're prone to be more vital, to be more healthy. And this is what this episode is all going to be about. It's about boosting your immune system before winter. So keep tapping into this episode of Ed Talks Daily if you want to hear me talk about boosting your immune system before winter. Let's get it. Now, boosting your immune system before winter is a mindset. It's a mindset that has to do with more than just, oh, I'm healthy. It's more than just, oh, I'm having some sea moss. Oh, it's more than just, oh, I'm having some elderberry. It's more than just having herbs. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. So let's comment this below. Boosting your immune system is more than just doing something or taking something. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle, right? And here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about different ways to do that. Changing your thinking and your attitude. Shout out to you, Positive Vibes Only 7522 for sharing. Right? It has to do with fasting. It has to do with massage. It has to do with exercise. It has to do with meditation. It has to do with regulating your rest and sleeping habits, your day habits, and your eating times. Boosting your immune system is not just, yo, I'm about to take a few herbs and I'm good. Right? That's part of it. Right? And I got herbs in my shop, theholisticmotivator.com/shop. Boosting your immune system has to do with a certain mindset about your life and what you can actually create. So you say, hey, you know what? I understand that during hibernation season, I won't actually do things that will actually cause my body to be more prone to disease. So what do you mean by more prone? A lot of people, it starts to get dark a little bit earlier when it's winter time. Not only does it get dark outside, but it gets dark inside. Loneliness is like, hey, you're about to be lonely. We don't want to have to necessarily give into those little, oh, this is about, no, we're not about that. We're about to stay healthy. We're about to stay vital. We're about to stay encouraged. We're about to stay with people that we love, because winter does not mean sadness for us. Winter means we are getting some time to like literally get a different perspective at life and do life better. Winter is my time to get a better perspective at life and do life better. Can we say that? Winter is my time to get a much wider perspective, a better perspective, and make it better. Which means even if I do less, I'm still doing more by doing less. Because my less is my reflection. My less is my investment in myself. And somebody says, how do I invest in myself? What are some strategies? One of the major things that we want to do is we want to consciously change the way that we think and our attitude towards life. Right? You want to look, the first thing you can do and say is I'm not stuck actually. Or I'm not waiting to get sick right now. This is going to be the best season. I'm not about to be lonely. I'm about to be more all one. Somebody says, what you mean by all one? Alone sometimes is not lonely. I'm not by my lone when I'm all one. I'm just getting in tune with who I really am. I'm getting all one, baby. So we're just changing our mindset. We're changing our thinking, our attitudes. We're changing the way we look at solitude. Changing your thinking and your attitude is changing the way you look at solitude, changing the way you look at the weather, changing the way you look at darkness and your relationship with darkness, right? Somebody says it gets darker earlier, so I guess there's not much to do. That just means that, it gets darker earlier. It probably means that God is calling you to toil a little bit less in this season. Maybe you should not be working past those wee hours. Maybe God is calling, or the universe, or whatever you want to say, is calling for you to say, maybe you should look at your nighttime routine a little bit. Maybe you should spend more of your nighttime routine getting better. Maybe you should add some more practices to your nighttime routine So literally, the shifting of the seasons causes a call for a shift in your life. You hear me? The shifting of the season is usually just a call for the shift in your life. And I just want to remind you that you don't have to let the season shift you into sickness. You can actually help them shift you into elevation for you to be better. So hibernation does not mean procrastination. Hibernation does not mean depression. Hibernation sometimes means reflection. Hibernation sometimes means more focus and intention on myself. So consciously change your thinking and your attitudes. Now, one of the best ways to start building that lifestyle to shield yourself from disease is fasting, juice feasting. One of the major things you can do right now is build better cells to combat what's going to come towards your cells. What do I mean by that? Fasting, juice feasting is literally going to get your body through a stage of autophagy, where you're going to break down old broken down cells, probably cancerous in the moment, but you're going to get rid of them before it gets worse, right? So we're getting into autophagy. So somebody says, how should I fast 7 days, 3 days, 4 days? Actually, we should fast at least once a week, at least 3 times in a month, 3 days at the month, before this, when the seasons change, and a couple of weeks before your birthday, so you don't feel no guilt on your birthday. So let me say that again, and shout out to Dr. Love. You fast once a week. Maybe that's Sunday for you, maybe that's Monday for you, maybe that's Thursday for you. You fast 3 times a month, which means maybe somebody says, but there's 4 weeks in the month. That means that at least 3 times out of the 4 weeks, fast. At least 1 time every season, have a longer fast, which means from 3, 4, 7 days. At least before your birthday, have another fast. Before an important engagement decision, have another fast. Fasting is not just a way of boosting your immune system, of killing old cells and building new ones, but fasting is actually a way of rejuvenating, getting more in touch with your spirit. And a lot of times, the reason why we're not in touch with our spirits is because we're stuck in our emotions. We're body-centric beings. And a lot of times, what I mean, we're stuck in our emotions. And we make decisions on the basis of what we want emotionally, and we hope that these decisions will... Hold up. We hope that decisions will change our lives. My phone... my phone video. It's about to rain. I'm about to have to get out of here. Yo, so basically we try to make our decisions to soothe our emotions. Fasting says you can soothe your emotions spiritually without making decisions of eating a whole bunch of food. Okay, so that's the importance of fasting. I had a great episode for you today, but it looks like I'm about to get kicked out outside. So I'm about to answer that. So tap into part 2 of this episode because the rain is here, baby. So my brother gotta go. So we gonna finish this how to boost your immune system before winter later on, baby, because we gotta go. We're back. Hopefully the rain doesn't take us away this time. Take me away. I keep saying us, but I guess it's more than me. But anyways, listen. So I said we got to massage the emotions out of your body. One of the major things you could do in this time is not just work on your mind, not just work on your spirit, work on your body. Body work. Body work means that toxins are stuck in your muscle tissues. So what would we want to get rid of the toxins by getting deep tissue massage? So boosting your immune system, part of your health tool set is you have a massage therapist that you can hit up to help you. That's part of your health tool set. So you go to a massage therapist, right? You're able to keep going. So now what else can we do to boost your immune system? Somebody says at least once a week get a massage. Now if you got some friends who's into healing, now you can get free massages. But that's not right. You should pay your friends if that's what they do professionally. But what you can do is you can give them massages. They give you massages if you know how to work your hands, right? So that way now you're saving money. Once a week, 2 times a week, based on your current level. Some of you need that 3 times a week, right? And then we have exercise. This is part of your maintenance plan. You need to work out. We need to move. We need to do cardiovascular, calisthenics, whatever it's going to be. We need to do some sort of moving regimen, right? This is going to help with your immune system. Then we got meditation, right? Meditation is another way. That's very important that you do it. Now you're gonna get your, before you act out, you're gonna go in, right? Before you act out, you're gonna go in. And of course, like I said, regulating how you sleep and how you rest, whether you're constantly like on the phone right before you go to sleep, or you actually give yourself some time to wind down to sleep by not being on your phone first thing when you wake up, right? So that's another thing too, right? So we got a massage, we're just tapping in. And then so now we're aware of our circadian rhythm. Somebody said, I saw a post on Twitter like, yo, somebody put down that, yo, going to sleep early really is changed my life. And that was pretty deep, because going to sleep early really does change your life, okay? So I'm trying to finish this. I can't. I'm trying to do this real quick. So next thing is, the next thing is you want to regulate when you eat, right? So when you eat, a lot of people, the reason they eating themselves out of a strong immune system, which means basically the time that their body should be rest and digest, they're actually eating. And they're not doing it because, these people are undisciplined. That's not what it is. They're doing it because they've been doing it. Habit. They're doing it because it's actually sometimes better to do because it takes you away from the chaos of your mind. So people do this not because they're bad people. They just are people who go through emotional states, and we have habits, and we wake up in the middle of the night and we're sad and we want some food to help with that. So when we don't balance our emotions, we eat our emotions. That's why I said feel your emotions and don't eat your way out of them. Feel them, release them, transmute them, but don't eat yourself out of them, right? So we regulate how we rest, how we sleep, and how we eat, right? That's the 7th crucial thing you can do, right? Somebody said have 1-2 meals a day. Please don't have more than 5 meals a day, right? Can you skip dinner once in a while? Can you replace your lunch with vegetable juice? Can you replace your dinner with a vegetable juice? Can you add a raw food in your diet rather than having all cooked carbonized food, right? Getting all that carbon in your body. How about if you say, you know what? Here's how my eating regimen is going to be. I'm going to have smoothie for breakfast, salad for lunch, cooked food for dinner. And my dinner is going to be way before 7 p.m. Now I'm eating along a 12-hour time frame, and I'm getting a 16-hour fast. Just by adopting certain habits like I just told you, changing your thinking, fasting, massage, exercise, meditation, regulating your sleep and rest patterns, and also regulation of your eating times, right? And also how you snack, changing the way you snack. Some people snack on snacks. Start snacking on nuts, start snacking on fruits. Start snacking on items that only have one ingredient in it. So instead of snacking on items that have 20 ingredients and half of them are artificial, right? So we're transforming the way we're eating. So part of building your immune system is not just, I'm about to take some sea moss, or I'm about to take some elderberry, or I'm about to take whatever herb. That's not it. It's your lifestyle shift that's going to help boost your immune system, boost your immunity. So one of the major things that we've been doing starting today, I did one in November, it's a juice feast. Literally it's 14 days that we're doing. 7 days of letting go, 4 days of fasting, 3 days of breaking the fast. We're gonna hit that from December 1st to the 14th, just like that. Boom, we're done with it. So the first day we're letting go of bread and butter. We skip breakfast, right, and eating lunch and dinner. And then of course, every day there's a different instruction and a journal prompt. So I can actually help you. I can assist you in that process of getting that done, of staying motivated and in track with what is it that you're doing, right? So for those of you who want to get access to that, to help boost your immunity before winter, and we're gonna do it in winter. Once you do it once, you're able to do it every season with us. So once you join one juice feast, you can do it the next one, the next one, the next one. You just might need the kit or whatever herbs you need, right? So fall juice feast, last one, go to falljuicefeast.com if you want to try it out. We're going to tap in, we're going to do that. So I'm going to talk more about boosting your immune system and some of the things. Part of boosting your immune system is about getting rid of the parasites. I just told you, we have cells that can be toxic, we have cells that can be cancerous, but before those cells become toxic and cancerous, we actually have what? We have parasites we have in our bodies that literally those parasites start to cause a certain havoc in our body. So what if we strategically said, I know during the fall bitter is good for me, And we started having some bitter teas to go and attack the parasites. We had having some colon cleanse tea to clean out the colon. We started having some burdock root tea to clean out the kidneys. This is why we do this. So bitter is good for the heart, bitter is good for the fall, and you need to clean out your lungs. So now you're like, cool, I want to do that. Cerasee passion flower, some of the things, Mexican tea, right? I got some other herbs here, but it's all about, I even have the neem here, boosting your immune system, cleaning out all those toxins. Anything that has to do with your gut health, your digestive health, it's going to be a lot. Now, a lot of people say, man, if my tea don't taste good, like the anxiety, I can't have it. Listen, the best medicine in this life is not good tasting. It's sometimes bitter. But once you work on your healing taste buds, you find bitter to be attractive. It's bitter, but you like it because you're like, I'm not worried about how it tastes. I know how it feels inside of me, right? So somebody says, do I grow herbs myself? As you can see, trees all behind me. All my herbs are organic, freshly dried, motivated by the holistic motivator, baby. So I got that. I got Cerasee passion flower. All that thing is straight from my garden. Catnip, you name it, right? You name it, challenge and herbs, all back here. But here's what I'm saying. You have to have an understanding that we're not kids anymore. We're adults, right? And we do what's best for us, not because it tastes good, but because it is going to feel better. You're going to feel better. Let me ask you this. Is that urinary tract infection more worth it than having one moment of bitter tea? Is that irritable bowel syndrome more like, which one is worse? Being bloated all the time or just having low tea that don't taste sweet, that has no sugar? Come on, right? So we got to change that. Right, we got to shift that. We got to understand that bitter is good, right? So we're going to go with the bitters, right? So find these teas that's going to detoxify and clean your lungs. Of course, like I said, the holisticmotivator.com/shop. The best way to get all of these teas and these herbs together is in the detox kit. Now, somebody says they try to make herbs, man, they won't get there because they can't make life. I mean, this is life, man. I don't even know where they're going to go with that. How can they make what God has planted? They can't make it illegal. And if they do, we're going to be some bandits out here, baby. We're going to be some bandits because they can't take what God gave us. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's going to be up to you if you're going to make yourself healthy or if you're going to keep making yourself sick. And somebody says like, yo, it's not my fault. It ain't my fault, bro. I don't even know. It's in my blood. It's my family. It has nothing to do with me. It ain't my fault why I might be prone. Nah, it's going to be your decision if you're going to keep eating yourself into sickness or you're going to keep eating yourself into life. All right, somebody says, yo, what are some strategies? How can I stop? Okay, I'm going to tell you. It's called the 5 whites, and I learned this from my teacher. 5 whites. White flour, white animal fat, white sugar, white dairy, white flour, white animal fat, white sugar, white dairy, and white salt, right? They create sludge in the blood. These sludges in the blood, right? We call them the white devils, okay? It causes sludge in the blood. And these sludge, anything that's refined doesn't mean that it's fine. It means that it was fine, but they took all the fineness out of it. So it's not fine. It's actually, it's refined. And meaning that they took so much nutrients out of it that it's bland. Okay? That's why you gotta love your melanin, baby. God didn't take nothing out of it. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to start switching from white stuff to brown, dark stuff. Right? So even your sugar, somebody says, you know what, I don't have sugar, I have molasses. Can't even say the word, so we're gonna skip it. I use honey, right? I use honey or I use something else. Great. But at least for those of you who's at white sugar, at least go to brown sugar. Somebody says, I like me some flour. At least change your flour from white flour to different flour, right? To a different type of flour, right? From a different, right? You said, man, I like bread. At least change your white bread into a, right? So I'm not even telling you, oh, boom, let these things go forever. I'm just at least now let's shift. Somebody said, I love meat. I can't stop eating it. Now, I would suggest, but I'm not even going to go there. At least start changing the quality of meats you're eating, right? So we're talking about first, we're going to go from white to full to clean, right? Somebody says alkaline flours, maple syrup. There we go. All different ways, right? Sugar is the number one thing that if you take out of your diet, you can change your life forever. So what do I mean by that? Okay, you go to the grocery store and you're trying to buy some drink, right? You might see high fructose corn syrup. Like anything that has high fructose corn syrup on the back of it, here's what you say. That's not, I can't eat that. That's not part of my regimen. If it has high fructose corn syrup, it ain't for me. That means that's going to eliminate half of the options that you have. So now, even when you do have sugary drinks, you look at for sugar in the back. Here's a secret I got. You can make your own sodas if you get carbonated water and any type of natural fruit juice, whether it's pineapple, whether it's cranberry, whatever it is, right now everything's not coming to me. So what you could do is you get carbonated water, whatever concentrated fruit juice, you mix that together, you got soda. Now what did you do? You eradicated all that extra sugar that you have. Okay, so tap into that. Somebody says maple syrup. Maple syrup is actually great. There's actually a detox where you use maple syrup in there, right? That's actually a detox. Okay, so y'all check that out. Somebody says, what did you have for breakfast and do you drink coffee? Okay, so I didn't have breakfast, right? I didn't have breakfast, and I drink ginseng coffee and mushroom coffee most days. You hear me? Most days. Now sometimes I do drink caffeine, okay, but I drink mushroom coffee and ginseng coffee. I just had some oolong too earlier. So how you eat, what you eat is very important, okay? So now, do you fry your foods? Do you put your food in the oven? Do you air fry your food? Do you microwave your food? Or do you heat your food during the stove? Or do you keep your food hot? One of the major things we can do to boost our immune system is to not kill the nutrients in our foods. And one of the ways to not kill the nutrients in our foods is, one, not to overcook our foods. Two, not to kill our foods with microwaves. Okay, so one of the major things you can start doing to change your life is, if you didn't heat it before you go to work, and you work only have a microwave, then what you might need to do is use the stove, heat it up, put it in a heat insulated thing, and carry the heat insulated thing. Now I think they have some steam heaters or some stuff. They got stuff on the market. Somebody says I might need to take my food out of the fridge early and leave it thaw out in the sun or something, and I might have to eat semi-cold food. Whatever it is, put it in the microwave, gonna kill the cells of your food. It's like you're barely eating food that's already, like, the nutrient from your food is already half gone, because the soil don't have the mineral content that it needs. So it's half gone from the soil. It's already half gone. From the transferring and transporting and manipulation of your food and the traveling, it's already, more is gone. From the storing, cooking, and carbonizing your food, more is gone. And from the carbonizing your food, then now you put it into the microwave. Okay? Somebody says they cut meat out of their diet, period. That's awesome. That's what it's about. You just eat raw. That's next level now. I'm not there yet. I need to be more like you, my friend. I eat partly raw. So that's beautiful, right? So what I'm saying is, microwaves, stay off of that. Use more oven in this season. Use more oven. Now, for those of you who don't know how to make soups and stews, this is a great time to build your immune system, to start to build your soups. Drink soups, pumpkin soup, lentil soup, all types of soup. Okra soup. I had some Jamaican vegan okra soup. That thing was fire. It was green. It didn't look that good, but when I tasted it, it was really good, right? So them are different soups. I'm not a soup master here, but I am the holistic motivator. And what I can say is, if you don't know what to do, Google it, right? It's that simple, right? Google it. Figure out what soups you can have in this season, spiciness, right? Some of you need more spicy in your life, right? Boosting your immune system is about the way you eat. It's about the way you feel. Okay, boosting your immune system has something to do with also your limbic system. Your needs are met. And here's the thing. Our needs are usually met because if you're alive and living and you're not under the bridge, and even if you're under the bridge, some of your needs are still being met. But normally, it's not our needs that makes us feel bad. but it's our wants and desires and our so-called obligations. And that may affect your immune system negatively around this time. Let's say you have kids, your mom, you ain't making too much money around this time, and you feel, let's say this, you feel as if you need to get your kids a whole bunch of gifts and buy your friends a bunch. You feel. Somebody says, nah, I need to. No, that's your mind playing tricks on you. You feel as if you need to give to the Western culture of like, man, I need to buy my kids a whole bunch of stuff, but you don't have it right now, right? What if you found a way to participate in the gift thing without giving an Xbox or a iPhone? What if you say, I can give without giving that, right? And you thought of a different way to give, how to make your gifts, right? Some people would love to get a letter, right? Somebody would love to get a personalized card or something that's important to them. Somebody would love some herbs or some sage that you got or some juices that you make. Whatever you do, whatever you make, right? You feel because there's an obligation, right? Don't confuse your feelings with facts. You still add a lot of value to your family even if you don't get them gift because you've been the gift. Let's say I've been the gift all year, baby, all right? So in fact, make a video for your kids and show them how much of a blessing you've been this year. Be like, my gift to you is a video of how I've been a blessing to you for the whole year. Right? Your parents, you find a way to gift them something. If you're a kid, find a way to give your parents something. They did a lot too for you, right? And you don't have to give them a gift, like a gift, like something you bought in Black Friday gift, right? You're gonna give something a little more special, right? So find a way, some pictures, some memories. Memories are like some of the best gifts you can give, right? You can memorialize things. So a lot of people's immune systems are affected because of their emotional states that they're in. You could be eating, you could be working out, you could be meditating, you could be on point with all this other stuff, but if your emotions are not right, you are prone to get sick, right? Because around this time, let's say you feel abandoned around this time. Those abandonments are gonna come up, right? I suggested somebody read the book, The Power of Now. I was like, remember, read this Power of Now. You're gonna realize how much there's value in now, and what you got, you start to love your life a little bit more, right? Somebody comment that in the chat, The Power of Now by, I forgot his name. The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, right? It was a book that I read when I was very depressed. I moved from college and I lost my car. My business felt like it was going under, and I was like, man, I don't feel like, why am I here? Then I read The Power of Now, and it kept reiterating that if you keep living in the moment and start to realize, it's simple. And I was like, man, let me start to live in the moment more. Then I started to get away from the past, the future, I was just in the present. I started doing stuff like meditating and reading. My life shifted because I really recognized The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, right? So reading that book is not, somebody says, I read it for the second time. That's right. It's not a book that you just read for information. It's a book that puts you in a state of appreciation. Tony Robbins, one of the best motivational speakers out here in the world, says, change your expectations for appreciation and your life's gonna change. What if you stop expecting things from people in this season? Like, you don't expect them to give you a gift. You don't expect them to be there for you. You don't expect them to do like this or be like this. You just start to appreciate them. You appreciate what you have in your life. The needs of the limbic system is, I feel sexy. Somebody put I feel sexy in the chat. I feel sexy. Somebody write that down. I feel safe. Somebody write that down. I feel warm. Somebody write that down. I like myself. Somebody write that down. I feel sexy. I feel safe. I feel warm. I like myself and I feel full. I feel sexy. I feel safe. I feel warm. I like myself and I feel full. I feel sexy. I feel full. I feel safe. I like myself. Right? Those are the needs of the limbic system. That you can eat, that you have shelter, that you have safety and security, that you feel loved, that you feel like you good. That's why some of you ladies, right, you just need to feel a little bit more sexy, because you sexy. You just believe it, you sexy. But you know, the world has been saying this is the sexy that it looks like. But once you start to see your sexiness, some of you may need to go through and do some, like, get in touch with your sensuality, right? Maybe you need to go do some belly dancing, move your waist a little bit. The holistic motivator ain't gonna teach you how to do that, right? Even though I can teach you do some qigong, but right, go do whatever's gonna make you feel sexy. If you're gonna wear that clothes to make you feel sexy. And guess what? If you don't look in the mirror every day and just tell yourself, girl, you so sexy. I love myself. I like myself, I'm warm, I'm full, I'm safe. You keep saying those words. I'm warm, I'm safe, I'm full, I feel sexy. Bro, just keep doing that and your life gonna change. Somebody says, do it right now. See, you trying to get me caught up, baby. Just listen, you feel sexy. I don't need to, okay? All right, just feel sexy. All right, so the needs of the limbic system. It goes with another need, right? And it's something called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve controls so much part of your mental wellness and wellness all around. Right, let me get out of here. The vagus nerve has to do with community. Some of you, one of the reasons why your immune system is actually getting hurt is because you're hurt. Because you don't have a community, you don't have a tribe, right? You feel like, man, I need more people to support me, and I don't have enough support, okay? And when you can find more support, this is gonna help you boost your immune system before winter. All right, y'all, so I'd love to stay out here and continue to talk to y'all, but it's raining and my computer's getting wet. And I appreciate my computer more than I appreciate, I'm kidding, I love y'all. But I can't get my tech dying out here, I'd be so pissed. So until next time, remember you have the unlimited power in you to change your life and become the person that you were created to be. But first you gotta believe it in order to achieve it. It boosts your immune system every time the season changes. Listen, go to my website if you want to do the detox starting today, right? Go to my website, falljuicefeast.com. Go to my website, theholisticmotivator.com. All right, I just gotta go because it's raining, but I got a lot more to talk about. But if it wasn't for the rain, baby, I would have been out here making this thing do what it do. But go to my website, theholisticmotivator.com. All right, I'm out of here. I need to keep my computer going, man, because I ain't gonna pay $1,000 for my stuff. How much of y'all gonna be like, I love you, Ed, but you don't love me that much? Shit. Stay blessed.